domestic arts building at the Kansas State Fair features quilts, sculptures, along with various drawings and paintings. The theme for this year's quilt block contest is celebrating all things Kansas. Each contestant makes a 12-inch block that incorporates the 3 colors and pieces of fabric that they had been given. There were 11 entries that will be formed into a quilt and auctioned off. The final quilt is sewn together by someone who volunteers to do so.
We have to pay $3, and they send us 3 pieces of fabric. And in that block, we have to use those 3 pieces of fabric.
To go along with the quilts and other art in the domestic art building, it also features food contests, which includes the governor's cookie jar. There was many food competitions, including a spice cake competition and a biscuit bake-off. One of the most notable competitions, however, is the governor's cookie jar.
For a long time, there's been this competition, and the bakers have to prepare a jar that will hold a gallon of liquid, but put cookies in it. They have to show that they are expert in drop cookies, in molded cookies, in bar cookies, in refrigerated cookies.
The winning jar is not only based off of how the cookies taste, but how the jar itself is decorated. The winner then presents the cookie jar to the governor, but the jar is then left at the fair so others can see it. After the fair, those returning to Topeka take the jar back to the State House for display. For the Kansas State Fair, I'm Tegan Belcher.
The Pollinator Gardens are a yearly tradition at the Kansas State Fair. There are 4 gardens scattered around the fair, one near the Education Center, the Pride of Kansas building, the corner of Lake Talbot and Bison Boulevard, and outside the Little Red Schoolhouse. Throughout the year, Jackie Ecker, the education manager for the Kansas State Fair, waters and tends the various types of plants in the gardens.
I've been here for 4 years. Our first garden was already here when I got here. I've planted the other 3, and it's a year-round project.
The Pollinator Garden in front of the Education Center is filled with a variety of plants and flowers native to Kansas, while the one in front of the Pride of Kansas building is full of plants and flowers native to the Flint Hills, which is located in Kansas. The other 2 gardens are filled with sunflowers and an assortment of different native plants. Pollinators are animals and insects that drink nectar or feed off of pollen and transport the grains as they move around from plant to plant. Some of the different pollinators include bees, butterflies, birds, bats, and small mammals. For the Kansas State Fair, I'm Jordan Croft.
Dillon's is celebrating their 100th anniversary of serving groceries all over South Central Kansas. This year at the Kansas State Fair, Dillon's had a special pavilion to celebrate their 100th year anniversary. Dillon's was able to bring their display to life, which featured decades of photos. Sheila Regier from the Communications Department says she sees a special bond between the customers and Dillon's.
We like to think that we've been a guest at our customers' tables for 100 years and counting. And when you think about all of those milestones, those holiday celebrations, or just an everyday meal, chances are that food may have come from Dillon's.
For the Kansas State Fair, I'm Sydney Gilchrist.